Hello, Christ TV viewers all over the world from wherever you are watching us from. Welcome to your favorite career guidance program coming through on Christ TV. My name is Samantha Anise Ishe and I am your host. Today we have an amazing show. As usual, you know how we do it here. It's all about motivation. It's all about inspiration. You get to find out what happens in your favorite career path. And of course, today I'm joined by an amazing lady. She's a baker and she's going to be telling us more on how she runs that business. So ma'am, hello and welcome to Spot On.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for making time with us as well. Maybe you can start by introducing yourself to the viewers.
Thank you. My name is Mrs. Ngoma, Mrs. Sefiso Ngoma.
Okay.
Yes, I live in Tingwold North. I'm a baker.
Okay.
Cake decorator by profession.
Wow.
I'm also an accountant originally, but I moved into cakes.
All right.
Because I love doing cakes. So now I'm into cakes full time.
That is so interesting, but maybe we'll look into that later on. You said you are a baker now, but you also said you're an accountant.
Yes.
Maybe tell us more about your accounting profession, the journey from when you started accounting.
Okay. I left school, high school in 1992.
Okay.
And then that's when I started to go to work as a casual worker at one of these fashion stores.
All right.
And then I just got interested in the accounting part of it.
All right.
And I decided to go into accounting.
Okay.
So I trained as an accountant.
You didn't go through A-level and stuff?
I went to A-level.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So I trained as an accountant when I was working for this chain store.
Okay.
And it got so interesting to me because I love working with figures.
Okay.
Yes. So I then trained and then I got my qualifications. And I worked for a lot of big organizations after that.
Okay.
So that's when I met this friend of mine who was into cakes.
Okay.
And she introduced me to this.
All right.
I saw her doing cakes and it looked interesting.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, I can also do this.
All right. For how long were you into accounting? Were you employed? Were you ever employed as an accountant? For how long?
Yes, I was employed for about 10 years.
10 years you were an accountant?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I decided to switch and move. Feels completely, totally different. To try something new.
That was your choice?
Yes.
Okay.
It was actually a choice.
So you were explaining that you were into accounting and then you met your friend who is a baker, who was a baker also at that time. And you actually decided to leave accounting, of which when we look at accounting for young people who want to have futures and careers, being an accountant is one thing many people wish for. Maybe, except for the IQ, sometimes that's what let people down sometimes. But then with you, you had that chance to be an accountant. You actually worked, you said, for 10 years. And then you later decided to go to move to baking. What gave you the drive? What gave you the inspiration to want to go for baking and leave accounting? I mean, you had a stable job. Yes. You were an accountant.
Oh, it was actually a long shot.
Okay.
But I decided to try and do my own thing, work for myself.
Okay.
And that background of accounting actually helped me in what I'm doing now.
Okay.
Because now you'll be able to account for your monies, to do everything. The accounting background is actually an advantage for me.
Yeah, that makes
for the
a lot
costing
of sense.
And everything. So I just decided to move. I thought 10 years was enough for me to crack my head with figures.
Okay.
Yes. And then I just thought, let me just do something that is hands-on, something that gives me satisfaction. Because when you do cakes, when you do cakes, you have to have the passion to do it.
So you had had the passion, okay.
So when you complete and finish a cake, you actually look at your product and you feel the satisfaction that I've done this.
All right.
Yes.
Now, who then trained you? What steps did you take towards making sure that you also become an amazing cake baker like what you are now? What was your next step?
My next step was to actually pester my friend.
Okay.
That one was into baking. And she would say every time she had a cake, or when she was not that busy, she would just call me and show me stuff.
All right.
Yes.
So you didn't actually go to school. That friend of yours helped you?
Yes, she helped me a lot.
Okay.
Yes. And also nowadays through the internet, you can also learn new trends and stuff like that.
All right. Yes. Now, how long was the training, so to speak? How long was it for you? How long did it take for you to grasp the concepts and everything when you were learning from your friend?
It took me, for the simple stuff, maybe about 4 or 5 months to be actually good, so to speak.
Okay.
And then to learn all the techniques, and it's actually a process that you do every day.
Okay.
Because you learn new stuff every day, and you have to keep on being on your toes and learning new trends.
Okay.
So every time, sometimes when you're stuck, I would ask her, I'm supposed to do this, what am I supposed to do? And then she would take me through. Or sometimes we just help each other, because being a baker and a cake decorator, you just have to be creative sometimes.
All right.
Yes.
And now you were learning, right? You were learning, you had just stopped working as an accountant. Did you at any point regret the move that you had taken? Was it rosy? Was it smooth as you might have perceived it? How was the feeling of now starting something new? Or maybe, I don't know if your clientele was okay at that time. How was that experience of moving from a stable and noble job to starting your own thing from a learning point?
It was actually a bit frightening. To leave a stable job. You know, everyone wants that comfort zone. But sometimes you just have to be daring. I just thought, no, God will not leave me. He will take me through, and he said, you always provide for me. So let me just do this. Sometimes we limit God with being scared of doing something new. So I just started doing it, and I started building my clientele, advertising myself to friends, from church, from family, and then people just started 1 or 2 giving me orders, and then you build your clientele from there. Because if you do your thing properly, people will refer you, and that's how your clientele grows.
All right. Now you run Cake Boss Lady Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
Yes, Cake Boss Lady Zimbabwe is a company that specializes in your fantasies for cakes.
Okay.
You dream it, we cake it.
Wow.
Yes. It's actually a company that is based in Tinwald North.
Okay.
Yes. And we do all sorts of cakes, from birthday cakes, anytime cakes, wedding cakes, whatever occasion cake you want, we'll make it for you.
Amazing. Now, in this cake industry, in the baking industry, how long have you been in it?
I started being full force in 2008. 2008, yes.
Okay, that's like
so that's
11 years down the line.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. So now, tell us more about the response from the people who surrounded you at the time when you decided to leave a stable accounting job for cakes, for baking cakes. How was the response from the people that probably care for you or that you care for as well?
Oh, that was a tough one. They were actually surprised that I would leave a stable job and do this.
Okay.
But sometimes you just have to listen to your inner self.
All right.
I just closed my ears to everyone, because everyone was saying, no, this will not work. You know, everyone wants
Everybody
that
was
zone,
giving you a negative response.
Yeah, but I just went ahead and did it. And
so
now,
it was only you and your passion.
Yes.
All right. So you never got support from any of those people?
Just a few, but most of the people were skeptical about it.
All right.
That would it work? Do you really earn money from cakes? Can you support your family from cakes? Which is actually surprising to everyone that we can do that, yes.
Amazing. As long as you do your things right, like you said.
Yes.
All right. Now, Cake Boss Lady Zimbabwe.
Yes.
First of all, I'd like to know what inspired the name, where the name came from, Cake Boss Lady Zimbabwe?
I used to watch the Cake Boss from America,
Okay.
Buddy.
Okay.
So he used to inspire me a lot with all the cakes that he makes, because he makes amazing cakes. So I just thought, so I'm the Cake Boss Lady of Zimbabwe. He's in America, I'm in Zimbabwe.
I'm in Zimbabwe.
Yes, that's where it came from.
Amazing. All right, viewers, you are hearing it from the horse's mouth. We are speaking to Mrs. Ngoma, who is a baker. So far, so amazing. But there is something greater that is coming, where we are going to get hands-on. We are going into the kitchen, and of course, we are going to be dressed like, you know how we do it on Spot On. So be sure not to touch the dial, and remember to make use of our contact details appearing on your screens. We love your feedback. Stay tuned. Viewers, welcome back. You are still watching Spot On, and this is the second segment of today's edition. And of course, we are having a fantastic time with this amazing baker. And of course, this is the time where we get to get a bit practical into it. Like, remember, today we are looking at baking as a professional career, and of course, we have Mrs. Ngoma. She's going to be leading us through what she's going to be doing here. Remember to make use of our contact details, guys. We love hearing from you. Your feedback is everything. It makes the show possible. So I will not waste time with talking. I talk a bit too much. So let's get into it. I'll leave her to explain. I'm just saying stuff here. I don't know. Well, she'll tell us more. So, ma'am, what do we have here, and what kind of a cake are we going to be making today?
Today we're going to be making a sponge cake. Simple sponge cake.
Okay.
Yes, so these are the ingredients that we're going to be using.
Okay.
So we need the sugar, that's 1 1/3 cups of sugar.
Okay.
Half cup of cooking oil. And this is the flavor that we'll be using. It's caramel flavor.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of baking powder. 8 eggs. Eggs have to be at room temperature.
Okay.
And 1 1/2 cups of flour.
All right. So tell us more about the sugar. This is white sugar, but of course we do have other types of sugars, like we have icing sugar or powdered sugar, as well as brown sugar. Why do we specifically have to use white sugar?
White sugar is finer than brown sugar. The brown sugar is a bit coarse.
Okay.
And the brown sugar also tends to change the color of the cake. So when we're making like this vanilla cake, caramel cake, we have to use the white sugar. Then the icing sugar is, as the name says, it's for icing.
Okay.
When we're making the butter icing and the royal icings, that's when we use the icing sugar.
Okay. And the flour, what kind of flour do we specifically need for the spongy?
The flour, we use the cake flour. And you can also use self-raising flour.
Okay.
But when you use the self-raising flour now, you don't have to use the baking powder.
Okay.
Because it already has the raising agent in it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, shall we begin? I suppose these are the baking trays. Or
Yes.
them. Okay. Yeah. So I got it.
So
right.
this type of mixture, the measurements that we've done are for a 7-inch round cake.
Okay.
So these are the tins. When we're baking, we use 2 tins to make it to give it more height and to make the cake rise a bit more.
2 tins.
2 tins, yes. We mix this mixture,
Okay.
and then we divide it into 2.
Okay.
Yes. It bakes faster,
Okay.
and it also rises more.
Okay. I
Yes.
get it. Now.
So these tins are also, I've already prepared them.
All right.
They are
Okay.
greased and lined already.
What do you use for that?
We use margarine or cooking oil.
Okay.
And then you use baking paper to line it underneath there so
Okay.
that the cake doesn't stick. And then you dust it with flour.
All right. Okay. Yeah, so viewers, this is a very simple recipe for a cake that you can even make for your children. There's not much needed for this particular one. So you might as well want to take down the ingredients. You can try it out for your family, you know. By the way, from where I'm coming from, it's winter, hey. So it's the perfect time to make a cake, bake a cake rather, and just enjoy it with your family. So yeah, take us through the process.
So firstly, we did the eggs with the sugar.
Okay.
So this is the mixing bowl
All right.
that we'll be using. We have to braid the eggs into the mixing bowl.
Okay.
all of them at once. It's a very easy recipe.
Very easy, I can see that. Not too complicated.
Yes, very, very easy. So we break all the eggs.
And those are a lot of eggs.
Yes. Lots of eggs to make it rise.
Okay.
I know eggs are a bit more expensive these days, but sometimes you have to sacrifice.
Yeah, definitely. It's not an everyday thing. Once in a while, you can always get this.
Sometimes you just have to spoil yourself.
Yeah, right.
And your family with a cup of cappuccino.
Oh, cappuccino. Wow. Yeah.
So we put the sugar in there.
Okay.
That's that. And then we connect the mixer.
So any other utensil or tool that you can use in case you don't have an electric mixer like yourself? Say, like from our home, we don't have that, but we would want to do this. What can we use?
You can use a whisker. You can use this whisker to beat the eggs until they are forming. Okay. So we have to beat these eggs for 15 minutes. 15 minutes? Yes. Okay, wow. We really have to beat them. Okay. And they will rise, the level will rise, I think, to about there. Wow. They will multiply. Okay. So that's the point of beating them really, really well. So will they then multiply as well when you're using that? Or it depends? It won't be as much because this is a machine. Oh, yeah. And this will be manual. So you really have to work if you're doing it manually. Okay, yes. All right. So we have to turn on the mixer. So viewers, for some lovely 15 minutes we've been waiting for the eggs and the sugar. And of course, I know you're probably wondering what's with the apron. All right, so for the 15 minutes where we've been waiting for the eggs, I kind of convinced her that I wanted to take part in the whole process too, so that I feel like a baker too. So she gave me an apron. Now I'm looking like a baker, you know, so I'm going to be helping her out. Now, Mama, what's the next process? The next step, we add the oil. All right. Into our eggs and sugar. All right. And these we beat for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes? Yes. All right. Just to combine them with the eggs and the sugar. Okay. I think that's enough. Okay. Then we remove the bowl from the mixer. All right. Because now we'll be using our hands. Okay. The mixer has done its part. And guys, it's a job well done. Yes. Wow, do you remember those eggs? They were somewhere here and now they're... This is just amazing. I don't know. This is amazing. So now we add the flour. Okay. We have to add it in 3 parts so that we properly mix it in. Okay. Yes. You don't put it only once and that's it? No. Okay. In 3 parts. And that. We'll be writing the figure 8. Oh. Like that. Okay. At first it will be difficult to write the figure 8 because you'll be thinking about it. Yeah. All right. So maybe you can try. All right. Figure 8. You see what I was talking about? Okay. Oh my goodness. I am missing it. You wrote the figure 8 in school, right? I know, right? I write it every time. All right. I want to try to do it faster. Like, you know. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. That's okay for the day. Yeah, all right. You'll get the hang of it as time goes on. I guess. So now at the second part. Why though? Why does everything seem not to be able to stand alone without mathematics? We're just baking a cake here, a simple spongy. Like, why do we have to involve 8 again? I mean, I hate mathematics. Just they say baking is a science. It's a science. Yes. Oh. And cake decorating is an art. Wow. In other professions, they specialize, right? They are all in the beauty industry. Yes. But you have a different person doing braiding alone, and you have another doing weaving alone, and you have another doing makeup alone. Like specializing that. Okay. Yeah. Does that also apply in baking? In baking, it will be to your advantage if you know everything. Or sometimes if someone bakes a cake for you and then you just decorate, you don't know what they would have baked. Maybe it's not, it didn't come out properly.
All right.
And then you provide the end product. The customer will deal with you. And you think you messed up the cake and you're just good at decorating.
Okay.
So if you do everything yourself, it will be to your advantage.
All right, yeah, well answered. So that's the flavoring.
That's the flavoring now that we're adding.
You said it's caramel.
Caramel.
Okay.
Yes.
How much of it do you have to put?
These are oil flavors.
Okay.
So you just put a drop.
A drop?
Yes, because they're very strong.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
They're different from the essences.
All right.
The essences that we get, the usual from the supermarkets.
Yeah.
Those ones are not as strong as the oil flavors.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But if it's the essence from the supermarket, you add a teaspoon.
A teaspoon?
Yes.
Okay. What will happen, let's say you add a bit more than the actual quantity that you're supposed to put in?
These flavors are very strong. They will overpower the cake.
Okay, yeah.
And you won't be able to eat it.
Okay.
It will be too much.
All right.
So you add the flavor.
Okay.
And then the baking powder last.
And that's it.
And then you mix. Continuing with our figure 8.
Can I try to do the figure 8 one last time?
You want to try?
Yeah. This time I promise I'll get it right. God help me. Okay. I'm getting it. Wow.
You're getting there?
Yeah. But my 8 looks abnormal though.
Your 8 is going the wrong way.
It's supposed to go this way.
8.
Oh, okay. I give up. I'd rather talk to the camera and act like a mad person than do this.
Yeah.
But maybe at home, you know, just for fun, for the fun of it.
Yeah, if you practice, you'll get it right.
Oh.
Yes. So that's our mixture there.
Okay.
It's finished, ready for the oven.
Very smooth.
Yes.
I want to eat it already, but okay.
So now we put it in our baking tins.
Okay.
So you have to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius.
All right. Okay.
Bake. When we say bake, we're talking about the element below. That's the only one that we use when we're baking.
Really? Not the top
grill,
one?
we don't use the grill.
Okay.
We don't grill cakes. We bake cakes.
Wow.
Yes. So this one is the bake, the one at the bottom.
Okay.
Is the one that allows the mixture to rise.
Okay.
And allow it to do whatever it's supposed to be doing.
That is knowledge. Yes. And that is new again. Man, I'm learning. I hope you're learning as well. You might want to jot down some notes on this.
Yes.
There is a lot of new stuff we're learning here.
So,
all right.
So we just divide the mixture into half.
I just wish I, could, anyway, it's okay.
You want to lick the spoon?
You got me, but not really. I didn't say that. I was just saying, I could. Looks nice. Looks smooth. Very smooth.
The cake will be done soon, and you'll enjoy the cake.
How much time do you need?
You need about an hour.
To bake for just the baking.
Yes.
Okay.
So you say it's about an hour in the oven.
Okay.
Our next step is now we put the cake in the oven.
Okay.
So this element at the bottom is the one that we use, like I said.
Okay.
So you put your cakes in the oven. And we wait for an hour. So after an hour, we take our cakes out from the oven like this. You leave them to cool for about an hour again.
Okay.
Because we have to ice them when they are cool.
So far at this stage we have like 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
It's actually a process to make a cake.
Yeah, it is.
Now we appreciate.
Very real.
So you take your cake out from the tin.
Okay.
We're going to be using fresh cream, which is whipped.
Okay.
These are the decorations that are already pre-made that I'm going to be using.
All right. Okay.
For you to work easily,
all right,
you have to have a turntable.
A 10?
10 table.
Okay.
that you use when you're doing your icing. Firstly, after they have cooled, we have to level the cake because as you can see, it's a doom.
Yeah.
And we can't ice it like that.
Okay. So you want to like flatten it?
Yes.
Level it. Okay.
Level it. And you have to have a very big knife.
All right.
Serrated knife for that.
Okay. Wow. Is that not wastage? Fine.
No, the family will enjoy this.
Okay. Yeah, well.
So you see now it's level and flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So every time we ice your cake, it has to be upside down like that.
Oh.
Because this surface is the flat one and
All
is
right.
level naturally,
All right.
so to speak.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So now what we do is we put the fresh cream
All right.
in between the layers because this is going to be a very tall cake.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. And that's a lot of cream, eh?
You love fresh cream.
I
can
am
tell.
so crazy about fresh cream, you don't know. It's a temptation in front of me right now. I could just take the whole dish and just run with it.
Don't worry, you will soon taste the cake, like I said. So like that.
Wow. It looks all tall now and grown up. Okay.
And we'll remove the crumbs so that will work well. So now we're covering the cake.
Okay. We're not going to use that now.
Which one?
That.
I will use when we're doing the decorating now.
Okay.
After we've covered the cake.
Okay.
Because firstly you have to cover the cake all over.
Okay.
So we're covering all the cake all over. It's almost covered. So now we'll be using this. You use a palette knife. This is called the palette knife.
Palette knife?
Yes.
Okay.
For leveling. Again, you're leveling the fresh cream.
Okay.
So that it becomes smooth. Like that. So you really have to have the correct tools
Yeah.
when you're doing this for your cake to come out nice.
Wow.
See the goodness of the turntable.
This is interesting. Wow. But how long did it take you to be this good?
So many years. But I'm still learning though. Because new trends are coming every
Are
day.
you being humble right now? Because this doesn't look like a learner doing this, yeah?
You learn new things every day because people keep thinking of new things every day with this internet and stuff.
So yeah, we are about to put in the fresh cream, right?
Yes.
In the piping bag. Okay.
Because we use it to pipe the decorations on.
Okay, so viewers, in case you want to find out more on baking, or maybe you want to speak specifically to her, be sure to get in touch with us through our social media platforms. The details are flighting on your screens right now. We'll definitely hook you up. So yeah, this is the next step. She's going to put the fresh cream in here.
Yes. You just have to be careful not to smudge.
Okay.
You just do like that. Is that simple enough?
It could. We might want to do it again. So yeah, the 8 looked simple, remember, but it wasn't.
So it's just like that, like a 6.
Like a 6.
It is a 6.
So yeah, okay.
Just to neaten our edges.
Okay.
See. What is the pressure? I don't see the pressure.
Okay.
6.
Not so bad, am I?
Well tried.
Thank you. Like out of 10. It's
I'll give you a 4.
4 is too much. 4 is just too much. Fine. Anyway.
Okay.
Next time I'll be better. I actually wanted like some, you know.
You wanted a 7.
A 9.5. You know. All right.
You get there, don't worry.
Thank you. I hope so. Okay. Wow.
You just press like that.
Can I get a 10 out of 10 for this one?
You can try and get a 10.
I want a 10. I really, really am aiming for a 10. You see that?
Yeah, it's better than the top one. Oh, lovely. Yeah, it's better.
Out of 10.
This one I can give you an 8.
Wow. Oh, I hear people clapping from their homes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow, it's fun too. It's fun to do.
Yeah, actually, it's very. You just have the passion to do this. Because when you do it with your passion, it will be very
Wow.
easy. A walk in the park.
Wow. So do you train as well? People like myself, you know?
Yes, I do lessons as well.
Okay, so like I said earlier, just get in touch with us. We've got you covered. We'll direct you and hook you with her. All right, the bottom part is now done.
It's now done. So now we'll just be placing the decorations there.
Those are leaves, butterflies, and flowers.
Yes.
Wow, so colorful.
To make it more attractive. So just put your butterfly there.
Are they edible?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all. This is icing as well.
Okay.
Pre-made.
Wow.
So this will just look like a butterfly that's sitting there.
Oh, it's a cute cake. I call it a cutie.
Yeah, it's very cute and colorful. So you can just do that. Even these ones, you can just put them there.
Why does it look so easy? How are they just sticking? Is the cream?
It's the cream.
Okay.
The cream is sticky, so they'll just stick onto the cake.
Okay. Wow.
Just put them anyhow.
Okay. Just being creative about it.
You have to be creative when you're doing these cakes.
This is fantastic. This is crazy great. This is just nothing less than amazing. This is crazy amazing. I want to call it crazy amazing. I don't know, like from the eggs to the flower. Now is this amazing creature. This is a creature, right? Yeah, this amazing creature right here. Mouth watering it is, but hey, we'll have to wait for the perfect timing. Join us after the short break. We'll be right back with more information on the Cake Boss Lady. Stay with us. Welcome back, viewers. You are still watching Spot On. Thank you very much for staying tuned. But if you're just joining us, you are a bit late, but of course not too late. Welcome to the third and final segment of the show today. And of course, we are just coming from the kitchen. You know, we're looking great, right? We are out of those outfits that we had. Those are specifically for the kitchen and the work. And of course, this is our final product right here. Looking all cute. I'm calling it cutie. All right, so we still have Mrs. Ngoma in the house. She still has got more to share. Now, ma'am, you are this amazing baker now, and looking and basing on this work that we've seen you, that you have shown us today. You are just amazing. But of course, you are coming from somewhere. Tell us about the challenges that you faced in the industry so far.
The challenges, I may say, when you're starting, for people to get confidence in you, you have to actually work. So I started by marketing myself, just maybe doing for an occasion, for a family, and then maybe giving friends a piece of cake or something like that. was to build a clientele. Is actually the tough part.
Indeed,
Yes.
indeed. So how were you able to overcome that challenge?
By marketing myself through friends, through family, through my church peers, and also social media marketing really helps a lot.
Okay.
And people start appreciating your work, and then one will just say, let me just try her. You do your best, and then they'll say, she's actually good. And then they'll refer you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, what would then be your words to a person who probably is scared right now? They are afraid. They probably have the passion, but this is something that you can only do for yourself on your own. Right? So what's your advice to a person like that? They are struggling to get that confidence that you said. What would you say to them?
I would say go for it. As long as your heart is in it, you can make it. Because I got the encouragement from my friend who trained me, and she actually said, you can make money out of this, and you can actually make a living out of this. And I thought, at first I was also skeptical a bit scared. But when I tried it, and I saw one or two people coming to give me orders, and I thought, I can do it. And then the confidence built up.
Okay.
So to those who are scared out there, I can say, try it. It is actually a business. People will make a living out of this, and we can actually fend for your family through cakes and make it a business. It is actually a business, a profitable one, yes.
Okay, so in your case, you had a friend who helped you, but probably some of the people out there don't have friends like your friend. Maybe you could be that friend they are looking for.
Yes.
So do you also train other people as well who want to get into baking?
Yes, I do training as well.
All right, so tell us more about the training process, how long it is, how many lessons you need.
My lessons, for one to be actually a bit good, you have to have about 20 lessons.
20 lessons?
2 hours each.
Okay.
To get to the advanced stage and be actually able to do wedding cakes. So it actually depends on how good you are, how quickly you grasp the concepts as well.
Right.
You can take shorter or maybe a bit longer if you are a bit on the slow side.
You run this company now,
Yes.
the Cake Boss Lady Zimbabwe, right? So do you have other people that you work with as well? Do you have other people who are supporting you?
Cake Boss Lady Zimbabwe is actually so far a family business.
Okay.
Like I said, I got the inspiration from Cake Boss in America. He's surrounded by his family.
Wow.
His sisters, his brothers-in-law, and it's actually a family business. So that's what I'm aiming for as well.
All right.
My children, they help me
All right.
when I'm doing these cakes.
When you say children, how many children do you have? You haven't really told us. And maybe their names, it's also okay.
Okay, I have 4 children,
Okay.
3 girls and 1 boy.
Okay.
The boy is the last one, so he's still very young.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So the other 3 girls, they actually help me in this business.
All right.
Yes.
Amazing. Now, you said you never really got much support from the people who surrounded you, but you are a person who's got deeper knowledge and understanding about baking, right? Now, how would you say support is important? Would you say you didn't really get to maybe where you wanted to get at the time you wanted because you didn't have support? How important is support when you want to do a business like this one?
Support is very important because your family, when they are behind you, you know someone has got my back. But I had to make a decision because no one understood me. And the time I started, it's like everyone was into working for a company. And I thought to think out of the box and get out of the norm.
But has it changed now?
It's actually changing.
It's still in the process of change?
Yes, because now people, I think they believe in doing their own things more than working for a company. It was like, I was told, it's like you are supporting someone's dream when you're working for someone instead of building your own.
Indeed.
Yes.
Now, with us here is a spongy cake.
Yes.
What are the other types of cakes that we can as well bake?
There are also fruit cakes. Those are
cakes.
the ones for weddings usually.
Okay.
The traditional wedding cakes that we do.
Okay.
And they're also, we can also do cream cakes, muffins, and also the cupcakes. It's also a trend these days. People are loving cupcakes.
Cupcakes indeed.
Yes.
Okay. I got a sweet tooth. I love sweet stuff. All right. So apart from baking, is there anything else that you do?
Yes.
All right. Tell us more about that.
I also do events deco.
Events deco.
Yes.
All right.
And floral arrangements.
How did you get into that? I can see there's a link between cakes and deco.
Yes.
But how did you then get into deco?
When I started cakes, when I did wedding cakes, I decided to do the wedding deco as well,
All
to
right.
come as a full package.
All right.
So when you're doing wedding cakes, a bride will just come to you and you do everything. Sometimes a lot of people, they prefer a one-stop shop to deal with one person. Yes. So that's when I decided again to do events deco. And then I wasn't able to do the floral arrangements for the events. So when I went to this lady who was doing flowers, I was actually blessed. She actually said to me, "You can't keep on paying for flowers.
Yeah.
Come with your flowers and
Wow.
I'll teach you how to do it."
Wow.
That's how I actually learned as well.
Amazing.
Yes.
So when we were in the kitchen, we saw a lot of equipment that you use. We had the mixer, we had the trays, and that, I don't remember the name, that was turning, whatever it is. So how much should one invest? What is needed when you want to start? Let's say you really have the passion and you now want to start. What do you need? Do you have to start big? Do you have to start with the mixers, or you could go manual like what you were explaining? What do you need to start, and approximately how much?
For you to be able to start this business, you don't have to have all the equipment all at once.
Okay.
You buy as you go. You accumulate your equipment as you go, but you just start with the basic stuff. Like maybe just a set of baking tins, and then you get, instead of the heavy-duty mixer that I had in the kitchen, there's also the little mixers, the hand mixers that you can use. Those are the cheap ones that you can use. So I would say roughly maybe about $300.
Okay.
You can
US
use-
dollars.
Yes.
Okay.
You can buy your basic equipment and maybe go for your basic lessons for the cakes.
All right.
Yes.
So in every career, especially when you are starting, even in the midst of the journey, you might miss something, you might go wrong. Do you have those incidents in your own case where maybe a client was not happy with you, your worst experience in the whole career? Tell us about that, and maybe your best as well.
Yeah, you have those moments. You know, when you're in this business, sometimes, yes, you may miss something. Like when I was starting, there was a wedding cake. It was one of my first wedding cakes
All right.
that I did, and it didn't come out so well.
All right. How bad was it?
I used water when I wasn't supposed to use water, and it
Okay.
affected the cake. So
And it was a wedding cake.
It was a wedding cake. You can imagine someone's day.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But it was a learning curve for me. From that time, I now knew how to do it.
all right,
And the
now,
bride was so furious with me.
so you actually delivered the cake and
I
all,
actually delivered, well decorated and everything.
and then they discovered. Wow. But yeah, it happens all the time and in every industry. So viewers, moments like that can come, but do not let that get you down. Yes. This is your passion. We all have, we won't talk about it, but we all have incidents like that. And also your best. Tell us about your best, your favorite moment.
My favorite moment is when I did this wedding cake and the bride was over the moon.
Wow.
She was so happy.
Wow.
She just gave me a picture from the internet and I took it and I made it exactly like it was. And it was way over her expectations, and she was so happy. And to me, that is the satisfaction that I want.
Yeah, you need that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another thing. People want to get pictures from the net and they bring it to you and they expect you and they want you to deliver exactly that. Do you believe that's the right thing to do? Do you believe that is wrong? Do you believe to avoid the disappointments that come after maybe it didn't come out exactly the way the client wanted it? Is there a way maybe you as the baker can tell the person honestly that it might not exactly come out like this? Where do you think bakers miss it that will maybe in future cause a client to be so upset with regards to taking pictures from the internet and bringing it to you?
For me, I tell my clients when they give me a picture from the internet that I will not make it exactly as it is. Even my own cake that I've made before, when I make it for a second time, there will be slight differences. So you can't expect me to be like a duplicating machine, so to speak. So
you actually explain that to them before they even make the payments and all?
Yes, I explain it to them that it will be similar or close to it.
That's wise.
Because I'm not the one who made it. Yes. So I will do my best and come out with an almost exactly, but not exactly.
Yes. Okay.
So that's you just have to explain to the client. If you say I will do it exactly as it is and it doesn't come out, then you'll be in trouble.
Yes.
So you just have to be honest with them.
Indeed.
And tell them that yes, I'll do my best and try to make this. But it won't be like this because this is from Google and I'm not Google.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and maybe before we go, you could tell us your favorite cake. I mean, when I say your favorite, I mean the one that you like baking the most. Your favorite in terms of the one that you prefer working with more than the others.
I prefer making themed cakes.
Themed cakes?
Yes, designer cakes, like making a handbag. You give me something that I want a handbag or maybe a cartoon character or something like that.
Those are your
I like those challenges. Because they keep me on my toes.
Wow.
Yes, I always like to try new things.
Amazing.
Yes.
Now, so you are speaking highly of this baking career, but be honest on this one. Would you said you have daughters?
Yes.
You have 3 daughters and a son. But would you encourage your own child? Would you actually support them all the way when they want to get into the baking career like yourself? Or you would prefer you being the baker and they do something else?
Honestly speaking, I would encourage them. But one has to go into the corporate world first to know how it works.
Wow.
And then you can do your own thing. Or sometimes if you just go yourself before you go into the corporate world first, you may mess up because you don't know how the corporate world works. Yes.
Okay.
So that actually helped me as well. How a company is run, the accounting background that I was talking about. So I would encourage them to maybe work for a few years and then get the experience and you know how the company works and then you can do your own thing.
All right.
Because when I started this, I was in a company, but I was doing it on the side as well. Then I decided, let me go full time.
Okay. Now, for people who are interested in your work, they like your work, they like how you run your business, where can people find you? Maybe your contact details as well as where you're located.
Okay. I'm located in Tinwald North, that is in Harare. And my Facebook page is Cake Boss Lady Zimbabwe. You can find me there. My number 0772 346688. It is also on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So our viewers, you know how we do it. In case you missed any of those contact details, be sure to get in touch with us. Spot On has got you. So before we go, your last words to the viewers who are watching you right now. Maybe they're not aspiring bakers. They just have other careers. What words of encouragement do you have to them?
To encourage someone out there, I'll just say, follow your passion. I did, and it worked for me.
Wow.
And it's still working for me. So don't be scared, don't be discouraged. Sometimes you just have to go in head first. And you find your way in there and you rise up. Yes, we may fall here and there, but we always rise up.
We always rise up. Those are the words, very wise indeed, coming from Mrs. Ngoma. Thank you very much, ma'am, for making time with us.
Thank you for having me. It was such a lovely time.
Thank you. So as you all know, viewers, when there is food involved, there definitely has to be tasting involved as well. So of course we cannot leave the show without tasting. So right about now, we're just going to cut the cake and have a taste of it. I'm super excited.
The party has been waiting for.
You know, like for a long time, I've been dying for this one.
Let me just cut a piece for you.
Somebody is jealous. I see you, but it's all right.
Here you go.
Right. Thank you so much. Are you not going to have yours as well?
Let me just get a small piece.
Okay, I'll wait for you. Okay, I will taste the cake. Should we go now?
Yes.
I will break it, right? Do you see me? All right.
Let's taste the cake. Waiting for your comment.
This is amazing. This is super, super, super good. Super delicious, super sweet, super tasty. It's just everything. Thank you so much, baby. So viewers, on that note, we have come to the end of the show. It has been fun. It has been exciting. It has been delicious, man. It has been sweet, right? Let's meet again next time, same place, for another exciting, educating, and entertaining show. Make time with us, and of course, do make use of our details. So till we meet again next time, it's goodbye and stay blessed.